All right, I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I found myself on the screen, so we're going to go ahead and get started again. Category 3, the resolution of the issues that I've already brought to you. So the goal here is to promote academic success and personal well-being of our students and of our stakeholders at our educational setting. And so here's the way that the resolution is promoting that. So first of all, students already have the newest technology. So in order to promote success, the resolutions, the solutions to the problem, we need our students to have instruction in a positive and safe and legal and ethical behavior when they're using that technology. If we include that in our training and our instruction period, we're going to wind up having better use of that newest technology that they've got. We also have a need for positive interaction with the students. Obviously, what Ms. Tate has been doing hasn't been working as well as it should have been. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to provide her with additional instructional practices. We're going to monitor those instructional practices, and we're going to provide additional support. By doing so, we're helping both the students with their academic success and the well-being of everyone involved. In addition, the fact that Ms. Tate does not feel safe, that is a huge issue, which is why we are contacting law enforcement. We are identifying the policies, laws, and regulations that apply to those safety issues, and we are making sure that we get the job done in all three of those areas. So this is how we resolve that in a way that meets success. As far as the debriefing, what do we think, feel, value? What do we still need further investigation on? These were just a couple basics. So I was wondering if Dr. Smith had already done classroom observations, if he was already aware of some of the situation that's going on, if there had been issues maybe prior to this with online bullying that we aren't aware of in the situation we have. And I would really like to be able to talk to Ms. Tate and see why she felt that comment, that last one, was more of a death threat. That seems very antagonistic versus just kids that want to get rid of a teacher, which we've hopefully all been there at some point as teachers. If you're doing your job right, at some point, the kids would actually like to get rid of you, if not for a day, but maybe even longer. We'll see. I don't normally take that as a death threat, though, so it seemed like a rather drastic measure. I'm feeling frustration. I feel like there was a lack of successful communication. You have parents and students on one side, you've got classroom issues. Why are they not understanding? Is it the teacher is not making any changes? Are they expecting it to be easy? I personally teach AP classes. Those are the most rigorous on campus, and I know that communication is so important. I'm also concerned Ms. Tate is continuing to struggle in her second year. A lot of times that second year gets easier. The fact that hers hasn't, I'd want to know why. And I'm very disconcerted. I know social media can be used in a harmful manner. Obviously, I'm valuing the need that we have to spend increasing time on our teacher training, especially when it comes to these digital tools. That's got to be a top priority. And I'm valuing the fact that my district's policies help new teachers with that. We provide a mentor for the first 2 years. I'm also very appreciative. There is a difficulty in a virtual world. It goes viral so quickly when there's a bad teacher note that used to just wind up being passed from student to student, and now it's opened up to the entire community. As part of this, I see further investigation possibilities. Who created the Facebook page? I don't know that that's a necessary piece. It may be not. And are there actual legal consequences? Was that terminology actually a threat? Does it need to be investigated? I'm also interested, who sent that email to Ms. Tate? Was it in support of her? They wanted her to know. I've had students do that. Or was it an additional part of the harassment piece? And I would like to know why Ms. Tate is continuing to struggle. Sometimes it's simply a disconnect. Someone who's a good student doesn't necessarily become a good teacher. But if you've got a structured classroom and high expectations, and that seems to be a normal part of that school environment, then whatever she's doing in her classroom doesn't seem to be meeting that same expectation. I'd want to look more into that. Category 5 had 3 components, and the first one was making sure that we are acting with integrity when we're addressing these issues so that we can promote success for every student. And so the things that we did that promote the use of integrity, we are taking the threat seriously. We are responding to it both with possible legal consequences and with a school plan. We are supporting student success with digital training. We are supporting Ms. Tate's needs for her safety concerns. And I also think that the part about supporting Ms. Tate with her additional student engagement would hopefully help alleviate some of the other issues and act on that integrity piece as being a solid administrator who values our students and values our support team. When it comes to fairness, I believe that the standard component is met by the fact that all of the concerns have been listened to. There's been a continuing part of the plan even before we got to this particular situation where the students and the parents were listened to, where Ms. Tate was listened to. And with this issue, the leader is objectively evaluating the information. He's not attacking students. He's not attacking the teacher. We're listening to the information. We're evaluating what needs to be done, and we're trying to get appropriate support personnel without violating the trust of the individuals. We've also hopefully got some school procedures that are being presented, applying to all stakeholders. So everybody is having a piece of this regarding our digital citizenship report, so that the safety and security of our students and our teachers is respected. The third part means we're acting in an ethically appropriate manner for our educational leader to support the success of the students. And so things like the confidentiality of the privacy, of making sure that student names are not out, and that we're actually addressing that issue. Continuing communication with the parents and the teachers and the staff, and being respectful at all times. I think that is so much a part of how we ethically approach problems, is that respect issue. And so as Dr. Smith continues to have discussions with Ms. Tate, as he continues to value her need for safety, the respect that we need to show the students and the teachers, I think that creates student success in the policy making. We also have legal policies that have been applied to this case. There's potentially some needs for some students with regards to digital citizenship, so that we have a better environment. And in this particular instance, I think that took some guts, if you will, because it's potentially putting the reputation of the school or the principal at stake, that there was a problem. And instead of sweeping it under the rug, we're going to respond ethically and put the needs of the students and the school ahead of whatever other personal values we've got. And so that's going to be a good piece. Here are my references, and again, I appreciate that open education resources. Finding the background graphics with no restrictions was a plus. So I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you.